Ethereum network.
Okay.
Okay.
And so is it USDT or what type of stable coins?
Yeah, USD. So it would be technically be CUSD when
Okay.
once you wrap it. So you take a loan out on it, like 90% of whatever your stable coin is. That way you're going to mint it, and then you can put it into their pool that they have. And I think it's 60%, but I'm on my work computer right now, so I can't pull it up.
No worries.
And then you're paid out in these credit home tokens, which you can then either stake those for a pretty high BR, or you can just exchange them for more stable coins.
Nice. That's great. I haven't heard any news of any hacks, right? The DeFi hacks, like, every week it would be like a new DeFi protocol getting hacked, but I haven't heard of anyone go bust, at least recently. So that must be a good sign that, some of these DeFi projects are becoming more legitimate.
Yeah.
And like VVS hasn't crashed, right? VVS is still paying out.
Yeah, it's not paying as much, but it's paying. So I have mine in a liquidity pool with Crow, and that's paying a lot better than just the auto compounding one.
Interesting. Okay, that's cool. So I don't know if you saw, but Walmart is jumping on the bandwagon for the metaverse.
Yeah, I saw that.
I know they already have the 3D version of their stores for their online shopping already set up. I can't remember where I saw it, but I saw a demo where you're pushing a virtual shopping cart, and then you're pushing a virtual shopping cart, and anything you pick, and it's lined. All the shelves are basically what in the industry called their planograms. So it's got the front face of every single item, and they're scanning them in. The demo only had 2 aisles, but imagine buying your groceries from your headset and then just having them delivered.
That's pretty crazy.
That's cool.
And then
that makes me wonder, like those real estate cameras, like I forget what they're called, like the Mataports, that they go through. I wonder, like, when they're gonna just transition, to just making like real objects in the metaverse.
And supposedly
there's an actual bit.
Uh-oh, he's cutting out. Go ahead. You should switch to voice only. Hey, by the way, you're gonna get banned, man. You should reconnect voice only. Here, let me reconnect voice only so you don't get banned. Here, I'm gonna kick him. Okay, he'll rejoin your voice only. Yeah, when you're driving, dude, they'll ban you, and then I actually like going live with him all the time. So I'm like, no, I need him. He's always available in the morning, so I'm like, I don't want him to get banned. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so Nike and Roblox also partnered. So now, like in Roblox, they're gonna sell you like Nike products.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So yeah, a lot of these.
It's getting interesting.
Yeah, a lot of these big businesses are basically gonna basically take advantage of the metaverse, and it's gonna be interesting to see how it plays out, and if they start using like crypto platforms. Like, I wonder if is Walmart gonna be on like Decentraland, or like what metaverse platform are they gonna choose?
Yeah, I'm curious about that too. I wasn't sure if Sand or Mana would go up. When I saw that news release yesterday, I was thinking, okay, maybe I buy in one of those, but I'm not sure which one will pop up, so I'm kind of just waiting to see. It's interesting stuff. I've been doing a lot of like NFT stuff recently, the past week, just because it feels like it's been.
Hey, I have a quick question.
There, so.
Do you have an OpenSeas, or what exchange are you using to buy your NFTs?
Right now, I'm using a mixture of OpenSea's Looks and LooksRare, and then Genie XYZ.
Okay, so my question is,
using those 3.
Do they ask for your social? Because like technically, when you're trading NFTs, that's technically supposed to be taxable. But like, how's the IRS going to find out if you're not? I guess if your NFT trading is tied to, because I guess they could go through the blockchain to figure it out, right? Like if it goes to a KYC wallet, then they'll know who you are. But I'm surprised that won't, like, I think in the next year or two, I'm pretty sure if you're trading NFTs, they're going to want, at least in America, your KYC stuff.
Yeah, well, they don't require it
for now.
You know, I think I don't maybe no, I don't think any of them require KYC because I haven't done it for any of those platforms.
Yeah, so
I hope that they don't, require that. Not that I'm trying to like avoid taxes or anything, but like it's just I don't know. I guess it's just one of those things where you can get around it, regardless. So what's the point of requiring it? You can just use another exchange for it. There'll be new ones, so yeah, I don't know.
Well, they always say Uncle Sam.
That's one thing I gotta spend a lot of money figuring out this year is on the taxes. So
yeah, I don't think you need
some apps that you can like connect to your wallet. But I got to start looking into that. That's gonna be
until they ask for your social, I think you're good for now. You know what I mean? It's like, who's going to report, because like, unless you're doing, multi-million-dollar deals, that's the one thing too that people need to realize. Like IRS is usually going after big fish. So if you're like, what's his name, Party Finance, and you're moving like, $100,000 NFTs, I would be worried about the taxes. But like, if you're trading, under $10,000 and you haven't given them your social, I find it really hard for the IRS to be interested.
Yeah, no, I do a decent amount, so I have to. I want to make sure I don't get screwed tax wise.
Just have your CPA sign off on it. As long as you have a tax professional sign off on your taxes, there's no you're not committing a crime. It's on the professional to catch that.
Right.
You're paying them to certify your taxes, so you're fine. Don't worry.
Yeah. Do you do any NFTs, or are you just?
I stayed out because I'm still waiting for a way to properly value these NFTs, and I want a platform. I heard there's a platform, I haven't checked it out yet, that to borrow against. Because, I want assets I can borrow against for the tax purposes, Like, if I buy an asset, I want to hold it for more than a year. And while I'm holding it, I want to be able to borrow against it to invest in other assets. And I don't know if that's set up yet for the NFTs. But as soon as it happens...
So what do you do with, like, most of your crypto, then? You just keep it on, like, Coinbase?
No, because they don't pay interest. I have it on multiple platforms, so for example, if you use BlockFi, they have a throttle. Like if you have more than, I believe, like 10 Ethereum, they drop the interest rate. So usually what I do is I go to every crypto exchange that has like, okay, this is the highest interest we pay. I'll max it out, and then I just go to the next exchange. And the only exchange that has unlimited, I believe, is Celsius. So you can put like almost unlimited. No. They have throttle. Never mind. Celsius has a throttle. It's only Voyager now. My bad. So Voyager's.
What APR are you getting?
So I bought the Voyager token. So I think like on Bitcoin, I'm getting like 7%. On Ethereum, 6%. Polkadot is like 13%. So it's pretty decent.
Yeah.
But once again, I also use other ones like Nexo is one I'm using. Crypto.com is another one, but I just don't get as high of rates. Because like for Crypto.com, I don't have like, I have 4,000 Grow tokens, but like I guess to get to the next tier, I need 40,000, and then like the best tier is 400,000.
Yeah, you should consider doing liquidity pools. I mean, so if there's two coins that you're bullish on, right, then you can just be a liquidity provider for that. And then, if they provide, like Elk.finance provides impermanent loss protection. I mean, you'd have to hold the Elk tokens, but you could also do like osmosis on the, on the Atom or Cosmos system. And, you can get like 100% APR on those things. Yeah. So as long as
100%
those tokens.
100% on Bitcoin and Ethereum, or they give you a token that they give you 100% on?
So you could probably use like Curve, but yeah, I mean, it wouldn't. Yeah, for Atom Cosmos, you're not going to be able to use. You're not going to be able to use Bitcoin Ethereum. You'd have to use like Osmosis would be one you'd get in the Atom, but those are going to start blowing up probably this year. The Cosmos ecosystem, but you can on Curve, so you could get. I don't know. You're not going to get 100% on ETH and BTC. I don't think, but you could use Curve, and they'll pay you out.
Ah, okay,
a lot
good to
higher
know.
Than 6 or 7%.
Okay, good to know.
So yeah, like if you find tokens that you're bullish on, you should look into finding like the liquidity pools for those, because then you can get those high returns. And then so like if we're using like osmosis, for example, that's like you could stake, if you like, we're bullish on Atom, we'll say, or Crow, or osmosis and Crow, you could join a 50-50 liquidity pool, right? And then if you like osmosis and Crow, then you would have 50% osmosis in there, 50% Crow, and then you would earn your APR. You'd be earning it in osmosis, and they're osmosis tokens, in which you could then just add to your liquidity pool or do whatever you wanted to.
Okay.
So yeah.
What's the lockup periods usually like to get the decent age? Is it like a 1 month?
It depends. Elk.finance, I love Elk. Just because, like, if Elk's a great one when you're starting off, because it has support for so many different ecosystems, and you can switch very easily between them. But Elk there's no lockout period. If you're staking, I think it's 21 days. You can take out at any time. They'll just take a percentage. But if you're doing a liquidity provider, there's, at least on Elk.finance, there's no fee for leaving early. There is on Osmosis. You can choose you can choose a day, so that if you do a day, maybe you only get 50% APR. Okay. You could do I think a day, maybe 2-3 days, and then 2 weeks. And then if you're doing the 2 weeks where you have it locked up, and if you don't need to be liquid with your finances, then you get like 100% APR, so.
Got it.
It just depends on if you're like to sit around, or if you like to have your money liquid, you can make your choice based off of that.
Okay.
They also have 100 Finance, where you can lock your tokens up for like 4 years.
Wow. 4 years?
And earn some. Yeah, I think 100 Finance is going to be doing pretty big airdrops too.
Do you at least get to keep the dividends, or everything is just rolled back into?
They'll pay you out.
Okay, so you're at least getting dividends until you get the 4-year lockup back, correct?
Yeah, and that's like looks rare. I think looks rare at the moment. You get you get paid in ETH. So like when you're staking looks rare, like you're paid in ETH for all the transactions that happen on looks rare. So as opposed to OpenSea's, like OpenSea's, I think OpenSea's charges like maybe 2.5%, and looks rare charges like a 2% fee. But LooksRare distributes the tokens back to the holders. But it's also pretty new, so it's kind of the platform's a little more buggy than OpenSea's is.
So my question is
but yeah, I mean, if you're thinking about holding things, man, like either liquidity provide or find a place to stake it, so you can get the airdrops for those. Those are going to be the big way you can pull in some extra money while doing these things.
So when you're,
because 7% interest is low, man. That's about like the lowest you can get. I feel like it's.
But you know why I like it though? It's because they report for me. I don't have to self-report, because I know when you go to these DeFi ones, you have to self-report the income. What's nice is because they're KYC exchanges, they're giving me, or my tax professional, what I owe. And if I do get audited, it's like, all my crypto stuff is going to be clean, because it's all like on.
So they have an app, and I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but they have an app that you can, it's like a tax app, right? And you can connect it to your wallet. And then
CoinTracker. I use CoinTracker for the ones that don't report. So that's what I'm doing right now. I don't know if you've heard of CoinTracker.
Yeah. So whatever works for you. But yeah, it's too much of a return for me to
want to report,
to not do it.
Oh no, to get the report. Yeah, no. Of course, you're getting sometimes like 10x the return that I'm getting. Correct?
Yeah, I'm getting like 100% APR right now. Fairly stable. If you want to go, you can do stable coins. Like I'm saying, stable coins at like 60%, 40 to 60% on a stable coin, and you're taking a loan off your stable coin, so you're not actually you know, it's not technically a trade because you're taking the loan off of it. So you're just having to, you know.
Got it.
And you hold that, you're still holding that token. So if something depegs, you're at least still holding that stable coin. So it's a lot like Anchor. You know, Anchor, I think you get 20% on, and then you could do on Anchor, if you wanted more than 20%, then you can use, I think it's called Mirror Protocol, where you can try and do a delta neutral strategy with that, with your yields, and then you can get your stable coins up to like a 40%, you know, 40%, something like that, 40 to 60, somewhere in between there on the APY. So, and basically what you're doing is you're just setting it up to make sure that the, you know, if the price of the coin rises or falls, it doesn't really matter. You're just trying to make that coin, you know, stay stable. And then the thing that you're trying to hope for is that APR return.
Nice. Okay. Interesting. So,
yeah, they have some videos on that on YouTube. If you look up like Anchor delta neutral, I think you can get to like a pseudo delta neutral with using the mirror, and then it's really safe. You know, at least as far as crypto. I mean, obviously there's some risks, but
so how much have you? I mean, like, I'm just wondering, are you putting in thousands of dollars, tens of thousands, $100, tens of thousands?
Yeah.
And and you haven't had any issues, right? No slippage, nothing.
I've been fine. I mean,
so you're making what, like,
you know, like
10, 20 grand of passive income every month then? Since if you're doing, you know, tens of thousands, it sounds like you're making at least a couple thousand a month, right? On the staking.
Yeah, so depending on what it is, so like my NFTs I kind of hold, so I have a lot of money in NFTs and I'm waiting for those to pop up. But then for staking rewards, yeah, you can, if you have, you know, like 10 grand or something like that in there, just 10 grand at 100%. I mean,
you're getting like $800.
It ain't bad.
Yeah, you're getting like $800 a month of passive income. That's crazy money.
Yeah, exactly.
And then once again, you're not forced to report it too, especially if you're moving the funds to like a KuCoin wallet. Like, you don't have to report anything.
Yeah.
How are they going to know? Oh, you do? No. I'm just saying, hypothetically. But I'm just saying, because they don't ask for your social, like, you hypothetically could just move all your assets to a KuCoin wallet, and like, how are they going to find out?
Right, yeah.
And especially if you're not doing, especially if your, like, you know, total profit is under like $100,000. You know, once again, like, does Uncle Sam really care unless you're making, you know, big money?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it can be pretty big. So
no, but it's cool to hear from you because
drop though. I got my meeting that starts here.
Okay, but I really appreciate you coming on. Okay, I really appreciate you coming on because you're doing big money. You're the first person I met that's actually doing like a considerable amount of money, and you're having success. So let's talk again soon. I really appreciate your time on this. Yeah, thank you.
See you, dude.
Talk to you soon. All right, guys. Let me go ahead. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and end my live stream and go to the gym. There's not that many people on right now. So I'm probably going to coordinate something with Party Finance and maybe do a live stream later today to cover the crypto markets. But yeah, thank you for this quick, and I'm obviously very interested in these DeFi protocols and going down the rabbit hole. So I'll try to create more content, and thank you for the likes. Thank you for the follow, guys. You're available. Okay, I'll text you when I'm done with the gym. Just give me like 3 hours. So let's say maybe noon your time. I think around noon Eastern, I'll go live again. Maybe like, 1 o'clock at the latest. So yeah, hopefully a little bit more people on too. It seems like everyone's asleep right now. But okay, I'm going to go get my workout on. Thank you very much. And I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, YouTube, thank you very much. And I will talk to you guys soon.